Hey everyone, it's Jessie. So, I was supposed to spend today packing because, didn't end up doing that. It's organized, just hasn't been put in boxes or anything yet. But what I want to talk about, I'm still so tired. I accidentally took a 5-hour nap instead of packing or doing anything with my afternoon. So, I woke up at like 8 p.m. It's like crap. So anyway, what I wanted to talk about was that last night I was texting a friend from home, my best friend actually, like, love her to death. But I was texting her, and I just laid down to go to bed, got off Skype with my other friends, and she texted me this huge long novel about how much of a rut she's in and how it's so hard to do anything with her life because she is stuck. She's stuck in a pretty toxic home environment. She always has. It's just been, my hair's a disaster. That's why I don't wear it down. Her home life has always been super toxic. Her mom basically treats her mom and her grandmother treat her like a slave and make her do everything. Her brother used to be pretty helpful, now he's just a stoner. And on top of all that, she's a 4-year-old she's taking care of. My niece Zoe, I love her to death. So she texted me this long novel about wanting to do something. She has no motivation. She doesn't know what she wants to do with her life. Like, all of her friends are either in school or already have careers, and she's just stuck. She doesn't know what to do. And so I talked to her for a really long time, lots of novels back and forth. I psychoanalyzed her a lot. It was like, these are your issues. She goes, I know the issues. I'm very well aware of my choices and what I decided to do, and now I'm stuck because I don't know how to get out of it. So I hopefully am going to be going down to see her sometime in June, because it's really hard for us to schedule things because, first of all, again, no car, no license, so I'd have to take a bus down and figure it out and be there for a weekend. But I'm going to come down in a weekend in June, and I'm going to sit with her and do resume critiques and go through, like, how to write a cover letter, all the stuff that yesterday when I was bitching about SNU classes, that you actually do learn from that. I mean, I knew a lot before walking in, but knowing how to write a cover letter and a good resume and then having a budget system is really important. So that's what my SNU 404 teacher, Katrina Kerr, taught me. I walked in that class so over it already. I was like, this is stupid. I'm a senior. I should not have to take these stupid forced classes anymore. But I did, and I actually learned a lot from her. Probably the most I've learned from any SNU class. So that's good. Represent. But yeah, it was just really interesting to see things that I didn't realize I actually was learning about, like, being useful. Like, I used my resume critiques on myself before. I had help. I have a really great career development place on campus that helps you with all that. You can go in and, like, if you have an interview for Skype, you can go in there and just, like, they have a quiet room for you that's hooked up to, it's not on Wi-Fi. It's hardwired. No, that's not the right word. But see, we're so used to Wi-Fi and portable devices that I don't remember what it's called when it's plugged into, like, a mainframe thing, which I still think I'm doing wrong. I worked in a computer lab for 3 years, and I still don't remember any of this. But you can go in there if you have a Skype interview or, like, a phone call interview where it's quiet. You won't have to worry about, like, Wi-Fi bugging out or anything because it's new. The Wi-Fi sucks. It always has. It's weird, though. Like, Wi-Fi hasn't really been that bad for me ever, but except when I'm, about to do a giant paper and need it for research. But hopefully I can help her because she deserves a way better life than the one she's living. She deserves it for herself, and she deserves it for her daughter. And I've been trying to get her out of the situation for the better half of a decade. Like, we've known each other since I was 13, so better half of 8 years, I guess. We're almost there. Almost at a decade. But it just sucks so much to see someone you love going through something that you can't help them fix. But you wish you could. With every part of your being, you wish you could help them. And from New Hampshire, it's kind of hard to do that. But I still try nonetheless. Hopefully, and I haven't seen her. I can name the last couple times I've seen her. I saw her for 4th of July last year. And then almost exactly 6 months later. In January? I was still on Christmas break. Yeah, that was this year, right? Yes. I saw her for like 3 hours, so that was good. My boyfriend, who lives at home, who's friends with her brother, sees her more than I do, because he'll go over there and she'll be there, but it's really hard for us to coordinate, because in high school, I used to go to her house, like especially over summer vacations. I'd go to her house on Thursday and leave on Sunday. Or like, I think the longest I stayed there was a week. But like, I would just call my mom and be like, can I stay over again? Can I stay over again? And then there are points when I'm like, my mom's gonna say no if I do it, you have to call her. And Sam wouldn't be like, I just really need her tonight, like, I miss her, please don't make her come home. So I would stay over again. The worst is when my mom said no, and like, I had to like find everything, because I was like settled to stay there for like months. I basically I could have moved in with her and it would have been easier, and just go in and visit my own house. But Sam has lived an interesting life. We both went to high school together, and first we hated each other. Oh my god, did we hate each other. But it was hate by association. I was friends with a girl who almost ruined her life. Didn't realize that till after I stopped being friends with the girl. And she started doing the same thing to me, and then Sam came in, and instead of being like, I told you so, she came in and was just understood what I was going through, because she'd been there. And yeah, we became friends, and then I started, spending as much time at her place as possible. Things were a lot different, though, before she had Zoe. Which doesn't matter. I love Zoe so much. Like, my little niece is the best thing in the world. But before we had Zoe, going to Sam's was a lot different. We called it the Court, 'cause she lives in Murray Court, which is a dead end. And a lot of her friends lived in the area, like down the street in the area. So I'd go there, and there'd always be something happening. A lot of time it was drama, but like, we'd jump off the pier into Boston Harbor, which was disgusting, and I should never have done it. I'm surprised I don't have like an extra foot. I remember one time Sam and her boyfriend broke up, and like 2 of her other friends were like following us around trying to like make sure she was okay. And I looked at her and I was like, you get ready to run on 3. And she's like, what? I was like, 1, 2, 3. And we ran. And we're in East Boston, by the way, like, not the safest place for 2 small girls to be running by themselves. Like, if we had our friend Kayla, who's a black belt, that would have probably been better, but we didn't. We were just running around by ourselves in East Boston in the middle of the night, which never affected me, and it really should have. But we went running and running and running the whole night and just avoided everybody. And, like, if we saw them or they found us, which is weird because East Boston's not that big, but also not that small, we'd just run again and we'd hide. And we spent the whole night doing that and making her laugh. And she's been there for some of my darkest moments. I remember once my sophomore year here, I got really, really bad mentally. And she, like, found out that I got bad mentally through, like, a friend. And so she was texting me nonstop. Like, we barely text or talk when I'm at school. Just, she's a mom and I'm going to school. Like, it's something we've come to agreement on. Like, we're there when we need each other. When this was a really big part. Like, I remember I was sitting there on my computer watching a movie or something and my phone was on silent. and I kept getting notifications for Facebook, and I opened it, and she's posting on my wall saying, I'm calling you, you're not answering, call me back, like separate posts, and I didn't realize my phone was on silent, so I get yelled at for that. But like, we'll drop everything for each other the second we can. It just sucks because I don't get to see her, like, ever. And when I do, we've kind of fallen into this pattern where I'll come over, we'll hang out, we'll order either cheesy fries or Chinese food, we'll watch a movie, she'll pass out because she's exhausted, and I used to just stay up with Zoe because Zoe didn't sleep at night, because when I'm there, I'm an insomniac. I stay up till like 9 in the morning. Really only there. I used to do it all the time, like at my house too, but now it's just like if I go to Sam's, like I'm up. But now that Zoe's bigger and she sleeps at night, I would go sit and hang out with her brother, and we'd play Minecraft or watch TV or something, and I'd pass out. But yeah. Moral of the story, my best friend deserves more than what she's getting in her life. And it sucks that she's not getting it. And I want to do everything in my power to make sure she does. I don't want to start packing. I have so much to do. Like, the entire apartment is a wreck. Like, I'm gonna show you. Like, honestly, doesn't even look like anybody's moved out. Like, I have so much to do. Like, even the cabinets. Like, I didn't come here with any of the stuff. Like, one thing in this cabinet is mine. Oh, two, actually. And it's that mug and that cup. But yeah, these are all for me now. And there's still stuff in the fridge. There's, like, just... I'm living in a single room for the summer. Like, I don't have space for any of this stuff. Like, that chair is mine. Like, and most of the things on the desk are mine. But, like, I just have to throw those in a box. But, yeah. And, like, this is... It doesn't look like it, but this is all folded clothes. It's all where my dirty laundry is because my hamper is still not completely unpacked from the last time I did laundry. Just a bunch of crap that needs to just be thrown in a box. My obnoxious amount of shoes that I don't even wear. Yeah, those are all going in a bag and going home. There's all this crap up here that I have to find a place to do with. Like, that's an old mattress pad that I can throw out. Like, those are some posters. That is the coolest toy I ever have. It's a fucking Newton's ball thing, but it changes color when it taps itself. All that to pack up, and yet instead today I took a 5-hour nap. So yeah, that is what my apartment looks like right now. Do you see why taking a 5-hour nap was probably not in my favor? And now I'm not going to sleep much, so I'm probably just going to like pack all night. Even though I don't have to have it done until like next week, but I want to make sure all the stuff that I want my parents to bring home is ready for them to bring home. Which means I have a lot more to do. All of those shoes are going home except like 3 pairs. Like my combat boots, my sneakers, a couple pairs of heels just in case I have a fancy work event. I still need to buy flats because I'm not wearing heels to the internship every day. I love myself too much to do that. All right, I think I'm gonna go try and pack. Really don't want to. And this vlog thing took a lot. This took a lot less time than I thought it was going to because I'm kind of just procrastinating at this point, so I was looking for something else to do. I'm so glad I'm gonna cut my hair. I'm gonna chop all my hair off again, which doesn't look like much, but it was up to here at like the beginning of the school year. And I just don't. I was talking to my mom about it today. She's like, grow your hair out. I'm like, I don't like my hair long. It's too much maintenance. It just ends up in a bun. Yeah, like having it down, like two of my coworkers and my boss made a comment. They're like, I have not seen your hair down in weeks. And I was like, because I don't like maintaining it. All right, so I'm gonna go try to be an adult. get my shit together.